kind of type people. Like they don't transform from humans. They are like werewolves as like their default form kind of thing, and humans are like subjected like animals kind of thing. And the only way that you can kind of like get around as a human is by basically being like vouched for by a dog or a wolf creature. So that's really cool. The other one is like there's like I don't know what it is. There's this room that's off from a library, and you walk into that room and there's a whole shit ton of sleeping wolves just like across the room. You got to like cross the room to get out of the dream. But you know, if you accidentally step on a tail or something like that, you wake up the whole pack and you're just going to get fucking ripped to shreds on the spot. It's insane. I have that one. I used to have that one so much, and I died a lot in that. I did die in my dreams, but that one, I worked out eventually that instead of going across the room, I could just go back out the door that I came through, and there was an exit through the other side of the library through a cinema. Because you know you have your libraries connected to your cinemas, drink stands and shit, right? That's how that shit works. But yeah, no, I found that there was a second exit. I was safe. It was fine. But yeah, that's what I do for writing books and stuff. I obviously have like manual written books where I've had to think of a storyline that I haven't just dreamed up, like with my character, like I was talking about earlier, where she has like unique set lore. But I have 3 different books for her. I've got her main story, her second story continuation, and I've got the third alternate universe stories where she can exist in all universes at the same time, which is really cool because that makes a lot of what I do a lot easier with her. So what else I miss? The reason I wanted to be a chef was I love cooking, but I hated cooking for other people. Just love cooking what I want to cook, not what some person tells me to cook. The only way you can really do that is by being like a restaurant head kind of thing, like where you kind of like everybody's there specifically to eat the things that you want to make that specific day or that specific week and stuff. That's when you get like those really like elite restaurants where people come for the chef and come for the unique menu kind of thing. That's really the only way you can kind of do that, I think. No. And see you, Viking, wakes so happily receiving pats, looking at feathers. Just gonna sit and mince on top of the hash browns and the cheese. It's one of the best meals I've ever had. By far the best Mexican style mince I've ever made. Well, that's good. I'm still snacking on chocolate coated sultanas. Is there a relic wagon to help me? No, thank you, Viking. I've got a really super random playlist tonight, Viking. I cannot guarantee that I can search for the song that you like, because this is like got 80 hours of music. I don't know what's in it. I just found it in amongst like my old playlists, and I'm like, that's probably got some good shit in it. I actually quite like this song. This is from Top Gun. Some good shit. All right. I was going through my layers and I was trying to like sort out, because I kind of want to keep her chest where it is and stuff. It has to be instant hit of spice, like dry spice. You'd have on a piece of spicy chicken, and then all of a sudden it goes super savory. Oh yeah. See, the funny thing is, like, because obviously, like, I haven't been able to eat chicken until like recently for like the last 10 years, right? So I haven't got like the luxury of like dry rub good, decent like bird meats and stuff. But what I have had instead, I like having ultra spicy noodles, and I like having them with the oh, what do you call it? I like having the spice put on after the fact, after the noodles have been like cooked and strained. So then they're like really, really like spicy. I like that kind of stuff. So when I think of like a dry spice, that's what I think of. I want to keep her chest where it is because I think that that works. I took too much off that side. What are you doing, Azula? Azula's woken up and she's kind of like, she's stretching out. I think she wants to sniff my pen. No. She's stretching out and she's slowly, very slowly stealing my computer mouse. There's nothing I could do about that. It's hers now. No, she wants to lay down on the desk. That's what she wants. Except I've got like cables and shit everywhere. You can't sit there, sweetie. There we go. Yeah, I have like my desk is all set up for my drawing equipment. If she reaches out, she's just gonna kick something. My volume up. There we go. That helps. I used to dump so much extra chili sauce or juice into my noodles. I would more or less turn them into a soup with noodles in there. It was so good when I was sick. See, I eat noodles all the time, but I used to like the noodle soups with the broth being wet. And then I kind of evolved to like wanting dry noodles, like cooked noodles with dry spice. Now I'm at the point where I've got like the 2 times spicy noodle, like the fire noodle challenge ones. And I like eating those like strained with like just a sauce put on the top, like no leaving extra water to dilute it or any shit like that. It's so good. I'll probably delete this layer. I'm going through to like try to find out what I can and can't use on this. Whoops. Wrong thing. Gives feather to everyone, wagging to happily snuggly wool plush. No. It's nice of you, Viking. I'm enjoying some of this old ass music. I'm just not used to drawing to some of this. This is more like what I'd play if I was gaming. Like playing one of the ones where I'm already really used to them, like the story and stuff. It just sadly gave me reflux now, so I can't really have them that much anymore. That's because I used to love noodles and ramen. Yeah, that does suck. I'm not saying that like patronizingly or anything like that. Like with my Crohn's, I had to go through like years of building back up my spice tolerance to be able to eat my noodles and stuff. Now I'm up to like super, super spicy stuff, which is great. But like for a long time, because I love spicy food, right? And it was just one of those things where even though I have like a gastrointestinal fucking was it autoimmune kind of fucking disease, right, with my Crohn's disease, I was not going to not eat spice. Like coffee gives me reflux and like orange juice gives me reflux and spice gives me reflux, but like I wasn't willing to give up spice. I'm like, I'm going to keep building on this as long as I can and like just build it up a little bit over fucking years. And now I can finally like eat it again and really, really spicy stuff, which is nice. Is I understand like having to give up stuff when your body just goes, yeah, no, we ain't doing that anymore kind of thing. But that was just not something I was going to let it like take away from me, you know? Mind you, when you have like chronic medical conditions, you don't exactly get a fucking choice in what it does and does not like let you do. But yeah, I don't know. I was okay with dealing with the excessive fucking reflux from it. I don't know if this has got. I should probably turn off the black bit at the back. Like that. Otherwise, I'm going to lose part of this because I cropped it. Oh my god. So today is one of those days for me, but I would kill for some tortilla chips right now. So I was eating some earlier today. I was like, man, my chips are going to go off before I end up finishing all my nachos that I've got frozen. So yeah, I ended up eating them. They're really good ones too. The same, my good. I've refused to not eat spice. I just have to pick and choose when exactly and what I have to, certain foods trigger it. Guaranteed other foods won't, so avoid those foods that guarantee the reflux, but absolutely demolish the foods that can have max spice in it. Yep. You pick and choose your battles when you have like chronic health conditions. And I agree with that. Because like there's times you guys will hear me say, like for instance, that I could really do it for coffee, but I'm not going to because it's going to upset my stomach and I don't think it's worth it. And other times where you'll hear me say, like, you know how I said I kept trying meat every single year just to see if I could eat it? And I was like, there were some things that I considered worth it that I was willing to go through the 24 or 48 hours of horrible pain to have. I think it's on this. Yeah. Like fucking pork crackling. One thing. Like the nice thing is I can eat pork again. Pork and lamb. Chicken's still an issue. I don't know why. Um, but like it's taken, I don't know. I have my Crohn's has been alive for, or active, I should say the word active, for 12 years, I think. So for about that many years, I kind of haven't, 10 or 12 years, something along those lines, I haven't been able to have like meat and shit. So it's kind of nice to have that back, you know? At least the nice things. It's made some things a little bit more casual and easy. So boy. Here's music wagging tail happily starts dancing, swaying head to music. No, Viking. I was wondering how many people would be like triggered by this song. Hamster dance equals ferret dance. Should I take it? Yeah. Okay, so when I couldn't eat chicken, lamb, beef, pork, or crab, because I could eat some seafood, but crab was one I couldn't. And I could eat turkey. Was it pheasant? I could have. I don't know if it was pheasant or if it was like bantam or something. It wasn't a bantam chicken. It was a. It was something small and gamey. I could have duck. I love duck. I could have kangaroo. What else did I get to try? There was some stuff I never got around to trying. But yeah, I got good at like cooking those other ones. Turkey was fine. Turkey was okay for the most part. It wasn't as good as duck was with my body, but chicken was the fucking worst for some reason. And also, like at the peak of it, lamb was really bad for me. This one should be an okay volume. It might still be a little loud. I found turkey was one of the only meats I could eat. My gird along venison. I never got to try venison. I also had the option, but didn't get a chance to try camel and crocodile. But it's okay. I could try that again later. I'm a little hesitant on camel. My partner was like, he was at a camel farm, and he said that he almost bought camel milk home and a camel burger for me to try. And I was so outraged because I'm like, I don't know what it is about camels, but like the concept of like, I don't know, eating one of them just somehow disturbs me. And yet I'm fine with everything else. And yet the funny thing is like I ate duck, and so many of my friends were just absolutely like mortified that I could eat that. I'm like, have you not had Chinese? Have you not gone to a Chinese restaurant and had like crispy skinned duck or orange duck or Peking duck or something? Because like this just seems normal to me. But yeah, I guess there's like a whole heap of different creatures that people just aren't willing to eat. I know that, but like I didn't know that I had that in my like my local groups and stuff. That's why I keep saying that like my local area is extremely Caucasian. a little too much some days. Look at you saying head to tail music, wagging to happily. No. What a DoorDash for this yippee. Nice. Welcome in, Kat. Yeah, we went through the lore of my character at the start of stream. We went through so many drawings. We've gone through food topics. We've gone through like health stuff. Fucking my life aspirations that are basically happening through streaming, which is wild. All sorts of stuff. I will hydrate. I have an energy drink I'm supposed to be drinking. Yeah, I've been mostly just chatting most of this time. Is it you need a drink? Probably. I probably do. We've been talking a lot. Chicken triggers my reflux every time, to be honest. Even to this date, but I love butter chicken too much. See, I love vindaloo curry. And I got into eating goat vindaloo, which turned out to be so great because like I used to just have vindaloo curry. I didn't give a shit what meat was in it, but turns out I could eat goat and it's so good. And the vindaloo curry is like super spicy. The funny thing is, last couple times I've had it, it hasn't been as spicy as I'm expecting because my spice tolerance has gone beyond it. And I'm like a little bit sad because I used to love that spice. It was the kind of spice, I've said this before, it's the kind of spice when my doctor basically told me I need to stop eating it because if I lay down and I fall asleep and I get reflux, it causes anaphylaxis and an ambulance is not going to get to me before like I die from it, basically. And I'm like, but it's so good. So basically what I have to do when I eat vindaloo curry is I have to make sure that I do not lay down to sleep within 6 hours of eating it. I have to let it digest and I have to be seated upright for at least a minimum of 6 hours before I can go to sleep. Or otherwise, I will get reflux. Like, I will fall asleep and get reflux and wake up not being able to breathe. So that shit happens. But it's good shit, though. I've recently found these, what's it called? Is brain strain chili salt. So there's this combination of 6 ultra spicy chilies called brain strain. And I got my hands on some of that at like the local chili festival recently. And I've been adding it to my popcorn. It's so good, but the only problem is I kind of maced myself by accident. So what I've learned is when I have the popcorn and I'm trying to add the ultra hot spicy chili salt to it, I have to make sure that my nose and mouth are covered. My arm is at arm's length to the actual popcorn that I'm dusting. And then I have to basically leave it the fuck alone because it aerates the fucking spice really, really badly up into the air. And then basically for like the first 20 minutes of eating the popcorn, it's like really bad. But the funniest thing is it's so good. And the problem that I made is that I ate it in front of the aircon because I'm like, oh, this won't, like the aircon's just blowing casually in the room. It's not going to matter. No, the aircon blew the fucking chili shit basically up into my face while I was trying to eat it. So I've since learned that as long as I sit upright, like on the couch or something, I'm fine. But if I lay down with it anywhere near my face, it's the kind of hot spice that if you get it on, like, say, like the inner part of like your inner elbow or like your wrist or your chin or your chest or something like that, it will continue to burn and irritate your skin really badly. Like it feels like it's melting it and you have to like wash it to actually like relieve this, like the burn and stuff. It's insane, but it's so fucking good. And I'm kind of glad I found it. I also found an oil, a habanero Thai chili oil that tastes a lot like the stuff in the vindaloo curry. So I'm very much liking that. I'm just trying to find recipes to add it to, and I think taco mince might be a good one. I should probably add it to that because I cannot eat lamb. So in New Zealand, you either get lamb or chicken from the Indian restaurants. It's annoying. So when I ordered vegetarian stuff from my previous Indian restaurant, what they would do is they would try to just scoop out the vegetables out of the meat dishes and say it's vegetarian. And of course, I got sick from like meat oils and like cross contamination, all sorts of stuff. So that shit doesn't work. But they used to have a really nice chickpea and eggplant curry. They had a chickpea eggplant vindaloo too. It was really nice. I missed that. It's just that the people could not and would not care to understand that the other dishes will make me sick if they take scoops from like the other meat dishes to top up the sauce in the one that I'm in. To be fair, like I don't know what they do in the back. Sometimes I got sick, sometimes I didn't. My guess is sometimes they just topped up whichever one indiscriminately and it didn't matter to them. So yeah, it was really hit and miss with that place, but I found a better one. It's just so much further away and we have to drive to go get it because you can't get it within 2 hours of delivery. It always comes cold, which kind of sucks. I grew up on a farm. We had lamb for like 6 months straight for lunch, dinner, and just became disgusted by it to a point where now it makes me gag when I smell it. I wear a N95 mask when I cook with my wife. That's fair. I get that with beef. I grew up eating a lot of beef, and the smell of it makes me pretty sick. But I don't eat beef by choice. I like if I've got an alternate meat or a vegetarian option, I will choose to eat that over it, just because I didn't grow up with good ones. I basically ate like, I essentially grew up with like leather boot type of steaks, sort of thing. Goes under blanket, wagging tail, curls up slowly, wolf plush. No, nods. So nods to wet tail halfly. No, I have a wolf plush. My wolf plush is my favorite. Used to sit on my dash for my 750 horsepower car. Oh man, I don't know if it was like Beanie Babies and stuff, but like, do you remember when like putting a fucking Beanie Baby fucking animal on your dash was the thing? I kind of miss that. I never had that. I didn't start driving at the point where I had that, but I was like minimalist in my car, basically. Never had anything express that I even exist driving it. Don't really have. I said they don't really do that here. Meat is added separate to the curry in New Zealand. As a plumber, gas fitter, I work in a lot of Indian restaurants. Always make separate curries for each dish. So that's good when they have a curry and then they have like a separate meat. That's what the place that I go to now does, which is why I can go there and I can order any type of meat added to a curry. And all they have to do is basically like probably defrost some meat chunks and like get it up to room temperature and shit. It's good. I like it. It also stops the cross contamination because it's only your dish that has the meat in it. It's great. Now sits in the background of his streams. His devil chicken ferrets. Don't steal it and take it to bed with them. Oh, no. It says under blankie, brushes his face against wolf plush. Tail stops wagging. Falls asleep snuggling wolf plush. No. Pick a vegetarian dish over lamb dish any day. I actually love good chickpea veggie curry. See, I always really liked lamb. I like when I basically like moved out of home and I had like my own house and stuff. Basically the thing that I kind of did was I cooked lamb and or pork. They were my two choices. I ate chicken with lunch and I was so sick of it because like that's basically what my mum used to cook for everything, was just really bad chicken. And yeah, it was one of those things that just kind of grew old sort of thing to me. But I don't know. The I wish I knew more recipes with like eggplant and stuff because I can never cook that well. And now I can eat meats and stuff again. Some meats, I should say. Some meats, some quantities of meats. But it's not too bad. I don't have to worry about the cross contamination and stuff in my house with my partner and stuff, unlike before, which is nice. But like I've been mostly, because like my partner isn't a huge fan of lamb, so he leans more towards pork. And I don't mind pork, but like I still have bad days with meat because I'm still so new back to eating it. It's only literally been a couple of months, right? So every so often, if I'm too stressed or I'm too worn out or whatever, basically what happens is my body just goes no, and I just get really sick from it. But like the nice thing is, like for instance, tonight my partner made curry sausages, and he got some sausages from the butcher I used to go to back when I used to be able to get meat, and he's like, "Oh, these sausages are like really great," and I'm like, "They should be." I remember them being really good. Like they're not like the bullshit stuff you get at the grocery store, right? So anyway, we kind of like he made up this curry sausage dish with some mash, and it just smelled really good. And I'm like, I can actually try some. It smells good, it looks good, and for once I can actually fucking just try it without potentially getting really violently ill. And it was just such a change. I've been able to actually try some of the things that he makes because we make fully separate food for ourselves. Like most of the time, I just eat instant noodles and like a piece of fruit, and that's my entire day. But like he does like full tilt dishes and stuff that like last him a couple of days, lunches, breakfasts, all the things. Like he does a lot of food. I just don't fucking eat anymore. I do, but like I don't eat much. I'm looking forward to summer when the grapes come back good because I'm kind of looking forward to like having grapes instead of apples. Although I like putting lemon juice and salt on my cut up apples and then drinking the salty lemon juice after eating my apples. It's great. I don't know why. I just do that. I also like putting salt on my lemons. That's how it actually came to be. Was I accidentally put my salt? I put my apples and my lemons in the same bowl one day when I was eating only those, and I put salt on it, and that's how I found that lemon and salt was nice on apples. My mouth's watering from this. Fuck's sake. See, a good chickpea veggie curry, like legit hummus, is one of my favorite things in the world. See, I actually don't like hummus, but I like chickpea dishes, which is weird. They're the same shit. It's just different method of processing. I don't know why I don't like hummus. Can't eat roast chicken nowadays, to be honest. My mum, my wife both kept making dry roast chicken. Can't eat anymore. I can't stand roast chicken in general. My mum used to buy barbecue chook basically every Monday. We had a barbecue chicken from like Coles, and that's great, except until like you've had it every week for like a few years, and then it's suddenly not great, you know. I want to do with this. I want to colors invert this. There we go. They're back. Nice. Definitely try venison. If I could get my hands on it, I would. I really want to try rabbit, preferably. I can't get my hands on that either. It's really just what's in the area for what the butchers will stock. You got to also remember, like I said earlier, my area is like extremely fucking white. So, like, if you think the fact that like they were out of stock with chili paste for like a month after I bought like 3 jars of it, like getting my hands on an alternate meat when everybody's balking at duck and turkey. Like, I've literally had some people legit just full tilt gag over the concept of turkey. And I'm like, it's the same shit as chicken. It's just drier, you know? But yeah, you know, this area, it doesn't do itself justice. I just don't have like a good variety of stuff here. If I want something, I've got to go. Where would I have to go? Probably 45 minutes to an hour away. And even then, not actually, yeah, about 40 odd minutes away, there's a oh, what do you call it? Like international kind of district of shopping centers and stuff where you can kind of get like a variety of different, like, I don't know. I just call it like international because it's not like one particular culture or anything like that. It's literally like a mixed bag of a bit of everything, which is great because like there's also good restaurants there too, so it's always an excuse to just eat other stuff while there. But or see how something's like better prepared and shit, you know. Well, at least we got our shit on inverted and stuff. It's the same in my household, except I cook both people's meals. But my wife's is severe celiac, so there is a lot of food she can't have. And obviously, I have GERD, so a lot of nights we have totally different meals. Yeah, celiac's a difficult one because you got to have like the full like either she's got to have like her stuff that's like separate and clean, or you know, I don't know. There's a lot of work in that, depending on like how severe it is and stuff. But I do understand that. We kind of have it's the same kind of principle with my Crohn's. Crohn's is not typically so particular down to like, okay, if Nick uses one pan to cook, say, sausages, doesn't matter what type of sausages, as long as they're not something I can actually eat. He uses the tongs to pick up that sausage. If in a separate pan, completely far off, or in the oven, completely separate, not able to touch, if he uses the same tongs on the meat that I'm eating, and I don't know that it's happened, I still get sick. That's how mine works. So it's very touchy like that. So eating out at restaurants and stuff is just, for many years, was just not a thing. We just didn't go out, didn't eat out. If we found somewhere, it was more like a vegan, vegetarian sort of place, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's been complicated, but it just got easier because like my partner wanted to eat the same stuff at the same time with me because that's how like his previous relationship functioned. And I'm like, well, I always live by myself. And so like I'll eat when I'm hungry, and that could be 10 p.m. at night, it could be midnight, or it could be 7 o'clock at night. And like I used to just buy whatever I was going to eat that night on my way home. But when you've got multiple people eating the same dish, like you've got to allow that, like, do they want to even eat that? Because he doesn't want to eat the same shit all the time. Whereas I'm cool with it. And then with my inability to eat certain meats, I had to get creative, and the alternate meats are not cheap around here. So, you know, it was usually easier for him to get like chicken, and I'd get turkey, and we'd have most of the same ingredients, like at the Indian restaurant sort of idea. Cook the majority of the stuff and then put our meats into our own separate pots kind of thing, and then cook that. So that's kind of how we do that. Although we found out that kangaroo does him in the same way that most meats do me in. So that was a really wild thing to find out. We don't know why kangaroo does it to him. But yeah, most things, like chicken is basically the one that still puts me in the ground at the moment. Essentially. Barbecue roast chicken suck once you have had them 100 times. Yeah. That's a hard thing to explain to anybody that hasn't been overfed fucking chicken. But yeah, once you've had a lot of chicken, it doesn't matter what anybody says. A barbecue chook's just not that great. I'm trying to remember how I got the font. Where the fuck did it go? Still on here. There it is. So, also, for anybody that's like wondering what the fuck I'm drawing, I am trying to make one of my emotes into raid, like a raid emote. And honestly, depending on like, I may only make this one emote tonight. I had others planned and stuff, but I'll probably only just do the one thing. We have other emotes too, new emotes you guys can play with if you haven't seen them. There we go. That's what they look like. So we've got Techno Horse, and we've got Shook, and then we've got the Rim Raid, courtesy of Jay Lee, fellow streamer. So also try Possum. I don't think we can get Possum here. This, like, in Australia, like, possums, like, you gotta remember there's, like, little grey kind of, like, critters and stuff are kind of, I think, protected in some areas. Like my mum was a what do you call it, a possum rearer. So basically, if a possum was like kicked off its mum, or if its mum died or something like that, she would step in and she would raise the possum as a wildlife carer. So yeah, I think where I am is not okay to eat possum. I don't think you could source it unless you had a possum problem and you hunted and killed it yourself with a permit and like a gun license and shit. Yeah. Just up by the sounds. You're in the outback. Nah. Now I'm still technically I'm in suburbs, but the thing is, like, this area acts like it's a fucking rural outback town. I have relatives in literal rural towns, and they have more resources than this area does. This area is over 30 years old, and it's just poorly managed. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's just frustrating. But yeah, I'm not in the outback. I don't think I could stand the darkness of night out there. My grandparents' farm was the outback. Like 300 hectares was like their home block. Cattle farmers, beef farmers for Australia. Later, dairy farmers. Oh, sorry, dairy farmers and beef farmers. No, definitely not. Don't want somewhere where you don't have lights for fucking miles. You're kind of protected like your mum. Maybe. Is it? Yeah, the diet is primarily meat and veg, zero carbs, zero starch, no rice, no potatoes. You can only starch she can have as cornstarch because it's basically tough for cooking, to be honest. Because, yeah, like you said, separate pans, but luckily I've learned to adjust a lot of my meals to ensure that most meats are the same as hers. It's only veggie side that's separate. That's pretty good. So your spice heads are going to laugh at this, but all your spice talk has made me really hungry. Already craving tortilla chips. So I went and grabbed one of my little bags of chili heatwave Doritos. Fuck, you won't do that. Was it? Fuck you. I won't do what you tell me. What? Me to my stomach right now, lol. Yeah, if you've got an empty stomach at the moment, Bezza, fucking don't put chili fucking heatwave Doritos in there. Also, like there is Flaming Hot Doritos is a good one. Flaming Hot Doritos is one that gives me really bad reflux, like the anaphylactic shit. But Flaming Hot Cheetos doesn't. I don't know what the difference is. Well, Flaming Hot Cheetos does if I eat enough. If I eat enough of them. Like that's a conscious effort to like get that. Possums we have here are the same as what you have. I don't think Australia has the same issues with possums like New Zealand has. Probably not. But then again, like in Queensland, the possums are pretty fucking outrageous here. Like you really can't go like that and bats. Bats are also a problem. Like more recently, bats are more of an issue, but possums used to be the big issue. Because those things scream like, okay, 90% of Australian things scream like a fucking demon at night, but like possums are pretty bad during mating season, to be fair. New Zealand has no natural predators, so possums just become a major pest. Obviously, Australia has hundreds of predators, so possums population down, I guess. So my cousin lived in New Zealand for a while, so I heard about like all the crazy shit over there. She never mentioned possums, so it might have just been where she was. She had the Kia birds, the super smart green ones that like peel plastic off your cars and shit. She had those in her local area, which honestly that's a problem. Did have an empty stomach for a few minutes ago. Oh, cat. Terrible. I'm not sure if you were here when I said the Mexican mince I made was by far the best Mexican mince I ever had. Eating 2 slices of buttered toast first. Oh my god, I saw this video of buttered toast earlier. Holy shit. I've never wanted buttered toast so fucking much. And the funniest thing is Google was like, your search ends here. Like, you know, a verified Google account was on it. And I'm like, damn, this person's got that good at toast. You know. That's a fair bit of water already. A sandwich for breakfast, so it's not fully empty and hopefully should be fine. Yeah, that should be okay. If you've had a little bit of toast and water, it shouldn't be too bad. Sounds very yummy. I would not be capable of eating that. Well, the key is the most endangered pest in the world. Those fuckers will destroy everything you have. Yes, I have heard a lot about them. They sound to me like absolute like dicks. Kind of, I don't know. Pretty much anything that's got too much intelligence for its own good is problematic, realistically. Sorry. Just fucking blow your ears out. I'm kind of pretty close to the microphone at the moment. I ended up leaning sideways because my microphone's on at the side at the moment because like I have my art desk set up, which I mean, it doesn't exactly look like, where's my thing? Yeah, no, that's the right folder. So when I draw, my regular desk setup goes from this to, once I can find it, it goes to, that one's better. What? Wrong program. My desk ends up getting pushed over to the side like this. It's at the moment where my microphone is, and not there. It is, I can just copy that. Whoops, wrong thing. I guess I gotta close the circle there. So my microphone's not currently sitting there. It's like over here at the moment. So like my instinct is to kind of like, wrong thing. Hold on, lay that down. My instinct is to kind of like lean over because like I'm probably dead center in front of this part of like all my shit at the moment. So I'm kind of like leaning over. I'm not like prawning forwards, I'm prawning sideways, which is terrible because like my back already hurts. But like, yeah, that's where I'm going at the moment because like my normal setup, this, like my microphone here, when I'm streaming, this goes, hold on. My microphone goes up on top of this, and that's where it sits. And this whole section here, oh, wrong button. Okay, my whole setup basically drags forwards, so it sits like that. So that's how I stream. I stream with my shit forwards like this because this keyboard cover is my microphone stand, which is why when I'm playing certain games, I can't see my fucking keyboard. That's I can finally show you guys what I'm on about. Anyway, but welcome in. What are you up to? Those cats, these bastards are planning something. I'm telling you. Man, cats. Yeah, they're like ferrets, the bird world. Yeah, basically. Have you seen the ferret will do? I've seen some stuff ferrets do. They're great. That's literally covered in cuts and bruises right now. I should ask Trianther about that because like he's also got Loki as well. I should ask him if like Loki's nice to him or not. Mind you, he's got other animals, so you'd never know if a bruise is from that or not. I have no personal experience with them, however, Ferret is the most menacingly durable Pokemon that will mess you up. They got an inspiration from somewhere. Yeah. Oh my god, you can have your own custom mouse pad. Oh yeah, I do. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. I just had the image open. Where did it go? Yeah, I have merch. Like, not an intentional merch plug or whatever, but like, I do have like my mouse pad and stuff like that, and other shit that you can get from like my merch store and stuff. Like the Streamlabs acrylic merch thing up here. Yeah, that's where you go for that. I also have links on the, on the what you call it? If you're on the Twitch computer page, you should be able to see like my other links off to the side. I've got like Blue Sky and fucking YouTube and merch store and stuff like that. I got shit on there. You guys can go browse around if you want. Any of that stuff helps like me with streaming or whatever. Obviously. But yeah, I've got her in like different colors and shit. I went with two things. I went with the basic acrylic wording. Also, you can check out my worn out keys too. This is what I was talking about. I can't see my letters for some stuff as well. Does not make it easier in certain games. But yeah, I went for the basic one, and I went with, you can see it a little bit better, her fucking nose piercings. So the ones that got the nose piercings on it, they will be like the original line of my mouse mats, technically. Because like I don't have my nose piercings anymore. I did when I started streaming, and I added them to my avatar for obvious reasons. Like you can even fucking see like her earrings and shit. Like obviously this photo is not great. I could just pull up my avatar in the thing, but yeah, it's pretty fucking nice. It's very fucking big though. I'm gonna wash it tonight, like just because like the cats walk on this section over here, like all the time because Azula sleeps in that, so she's always walking up here and or over the top of that. She walks over this bit. So when I say she's between me and my microphone, she's normally walking between that. And yeah, I just want to give it a wash. So I'm going to grab out my other one. And it's been out for like a month or so, and Azula has just walked all over it. So yeah. But yeah, I got other shit in there too. I think I got like mugs and pillows, and I think I have towels, books, drawing books. What else do I have? Aside from mouse mats, hold on. Let me have a look at my own fucking store. I can't remember off the top of my head. I've got like over 50 things. Oh, there it is. Come back here, you. What did I miss? It's a high quality rendition. What? It's a high quality rendition, yeah. Of like what happens in the thing, yeah. Yeah, there's a drink mug. Yeah, there is a drink mug. There's stickers too. The stickers actually probably help me the most because they are, I get kind of technically probably the most profit out of them versus anything else on there. So whenever you guys like collect stickers and stuff, I actually get like a pretty okay cut from that. Because like obviously they have to like make the thing, ship the things, all that sort of stuff. So like, I don't have this stuff just sitting in a warehouse somewhere. So it helps me that they just do all that stuff. Like they'll make it to order and shit. Hey Bubba, I see you. How dare you, Boop? Nah, it's fine. So which I am close to buying. Oh, the drink mug. Yeah, I'm hoping that that's in a good spot because it should be, if you're right-handed, that should be looking out at other people. Because some of my mugs are central, like to the side, in case you had it in a display case, and other ones, for the purpose of like actually using them and stuff, I think would be mostly directed left-handed. Some of them are like ambidextrous type. I honestly haven't actually noticed the evolution of the emote tonight, but it's looking good. The emote has been like really slowly. I've been fixing up my old original fucking save so that I can then change it from hype to raid. It's not going to be that much different, but I had to bring in so much stuff from the other file. And I've mostly been like gas bagging and just like enjoying like hanging out and stuff. So I haven't been like, I legit don't care if it takes me like 3 hours to draw one emote. I do not care. As long as you guys are enjoying like chilling and chatting and stuff. Um, how did you do that? I'd love to make my own mouse pad. So through Streamlabs, like I connect my Twitch to Streamlabs and I can go in and make merch that way based on the items that I can put it on. Like I can't show you how to do it because obviously I don't have like my browser set up and stuff. Like fucking, you know what kind of comics and web pages and stuff I'll have bookmarked and all sorts of shit. I don't want to share that. Um, but like, yeah, I can go in and I can say from, let's have a look, from the list of the things that they will print images on. Hold on, where is it? Streamlabs, there we go. Yeah, I'm good, Bubba. I'm alright. It's been a good day. I'm not streaming tomorrow night, by the way, heads up. Doing Diablo on Friday instead of Thursday because art stream usually goes really long, and I'm still kind of wiped out a little bit from Friday's 15-hour stream. So I kind of don't want to overtax myself. Okay, so there are pillows, drinkware, posters, art, other like towels and stuff. There are pants, leggings, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, jackets, long sleeves, other like bathing suits. There's bags, face masks, socks, phone cases, mouse pads, stickers, bum bags, other. There's hats, beanies, men's and women's shoes and other like thongs and notebooks. So that's what I get a choice from. I know I can't show you this stuff because obviously I don't want to like give away any like private information while I'm doing this by accident, you know. I want to keep myself safe, and I know you guys understand that. But that's kind of like the selection. So there's heaps and heaps of items I can choose from. And then once I select an item, like for instance, I would like to create some phone cases. I don't have much of a choice. I think it's like Samsung and iPhone I get a choice of. And I could do like soft jelly or I can do hard cases. And I don't really have much of a say in how that is. So it would just be whatever it is. But there's stickers, there's mouse mats, I got notebooks, mugs, tote bags. I've got pillowcases and what else have I got? I had a towel in here one point. I had my shocked emote on a towel because I thought it was funny, but I think I've removed that to make room for something else. What else have I got in here? Yeah, I think that's it. So I've also got 2 different sizes of like mouse mats as well, and 2 different sizes of pillows, depending on what it is. Like the love emote pillow is like something that you would put centered in like the middle of a couch or in the middle of a bed or something like that. Whereas the blushing emote is a full proper, would fit on a regular standard pillowcase, that kind of thing. So for anybody that's wondering what I'm on about, I am discussing shit that's on my merch store because I was just showing off my photo of my desk, and a waiver noticed that I had my own merch mouse mat up. So yeah, but yeah, pretty much whenever I draw something, I try to add in a sticker because stickers probably help me the most. But also, like, if I think it will fit on a mug or something else, I will. Some of the things I've got like a limited number of because I can only have 50 items in my store. So I need some things to like sell out and get replaced. But I do want stickers to kind of stay because they help me the most. But I love my coffee mug. I think Grim wants that one, where it's just a billion coffee mugs on a mug. And there's a Rimworld horse mug. There's an orange horse mug that you can get that's just all these horses, a fleet of horses on a mug. And that one's great too. The other thing too is if you have a you can get cheese slap sticker and slap that on something. So yeah, there's fun shit like that. And yeah, I would like to get myself the other alternate mouse mats, the purple hair and the blonde hair mouse mat of the same design. I do want to eventually put in my Kitty Venus form as a mouse mat, but I would like a couple of them to like disappear before I can do that, before I can add that as a selection, because I'm limited. But yeah. I had other drink bottles and stuff on it. They had shit selection of drink bottles, but I got rid of them because I'm like, I just hated how they looked, and I'm like, I wouldn't use it myself, so why would I expect anybody else to want it? You know? So honestly, I haven't actually noticed the evolution. Oh yeah, I saw that. Many ways to get custom mouse pads, but once here are done through Streamlabs merch, I think, yeah, they are. There's heaps of ways that you can do it. The different places, I think there used to be like a Saggle or something like that, or Sazzy or something, was a website where you can make your own custom stuff like mouse pads, ties, and all kinds of things, t-shirts and stuff. The only thing is, like, once you made it with whatever art or wording or whatever it was, it became publicly available for other people to also purchase. So if it was something that was exclusive that you drew, like, you would make it for yourself, and like other people can buy it and you get no royalties from that. That was the only problem with a lot of public sites. But because I'm streaming, I could go through Streamlabs and stuff like that. Later, I'd like to get a better setup for that. Just because I've had like, not so much, I haven't had any issues with the merch side, but I've had issues with other aspects of Streamlabs. And I'd like the option to like take my merch onto something that has a bit more variety. Like, I wouldn't mind more mouse mats, more kind of phone cases. There's other shit I can't think of off the top of my head, but there is other shit that I'd like to have, like maybe like posters, wall scrolls, maybe, because like some of my drawings and stuff would do good as like, you know, like a scroll or something like that would look probably pretty good. Um, so I have a feeling I'm gonna have a headache when I wake up. I'm not surprised. Between the music and like, the fuck is this? All right, not a bad song. Oh man, some old school popcorn. I know that's going to be quiet. I might as well turn that up. I don't know how loud this one will be, but that's fine. The frou. Well, oh, Firefly. Yeah, Ramstein. Yeah, I got some Ramstein in here. I know that. I knew that that was going to be in here. I've got some Linkin Park and some other shit too. Yeah, that was how. I caught all that. Me rushing to hide all the spicier, see webcomics before parentals walk through a door. Oh man, you'll be fine. Oh, yeah, sometimes I wish I could just like bring in a web page and something like that, but I need to use a browser that doesn't have any of my like shit in it, that I don't actually use it except for like streaming. So then I can like show more stuff, because otherwise I've got like a shit ton of like links to stuff that I'm like, you guys don't need to see that. And autofill's an issue. I was watching different art stream. She went through the process with us, showed us how it works. Bought a couple of mugs from them with the art that I commissioned, and Birdoodle that you redeemed with the channel points, lol. Nice. So, the horse army. Yeah. I don't know whether the time of the night has hit, reading 3 a.m. in the morning, or whether the alcohol has finally decided to kick in, or feel dead. It's probably the food at this time. It's probably like hitting you like an absolute lead pipe, honestly. It's possible better to try to see if you can get custom game mat instead. It's not so much public domain. I know that the custom Yu-Gi-Oh mats made wasn't uploaded to their sites after. So the other thing too is any sites where like the mouse mat starts off white, don't forget you can always just bring in literally a black rectangle or a brown rectangle or any color rectangle and slap it on there, and suddenly you have a colored mouse mat. Because that's what I did. I didn't get an option for black or whatever. I could have done anything. But yeah, initially they were white because it didn't have a color, and I'm like, wait a minute, if I could put anything in here, I could put a full black rectangle and we can have black like fucking background. Pause move while asleep. No, Viking. I stream and just normal time. I don't know. So I'm supposed to. I'm gonna say I'm supposed to be making a raid emote. I was supposed to be making 3, but I've just been enjoying gas bagging and doing other shit because art stream is one of the few streams where I could just do whatever the fuck I want, basically. Where I'm not in a game. I'm not trying to complete a task. Like, not trying to stay on task with the thing, sort of thing. Whereas art stream, I could kind of like get around and actually have a better conversation. We can get into better, like deeper topics, all sorts of stuff. Anything that just doesn't normally crop up in a regular game is fine to talk about and stuff. But art streams are anywhere between 3 hours and 11 hours in length. And I kind of want to keep this one pretty short. Like, I don't have much left to do. I just don't know quite what I want to do with like her mouth because I don't want the heart in it. But I need to change this over to the word raid, and I'm thinking I should probably do it in red like a bow. But then if her mouth is red, I might be better off doing it in blue. That way it stands out more. But I feel like red for a raid just makes more sense. I'm thinking stuff in the background. I'm just not actively like having the conversation. Also, I know this is probably loud. Let me turn that down a tiny bit. There we go. You see, I have 2 browsers for this exact purpose. Chrome and regular browsing. Firefox is for anything might not be appropriate. See, I've got Chrome and I've got Brave, and I use Brave for basically everything, but I use Chrome to access like Google Drive and obviously Google shit, right? But I used to use Chrome until I wanted no ads on YouTube, in which case I went Brave. But yeah, I mean, it works. It's not really a problem. I'm gonna try some different blues and shit for this. I don't have like much to do with blues. That's why I think like going with red's gonna work better, like that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think not appropriate, huh? Incognito, tab, central, lol. See, my thing is more so I'm not so worried about like, yeah, obviously I should be somewhat concerned about porn and stuff, but like if I'm gonna look up shit like that, it's gonna be on my phone, not on the computer. And as far as the computer goes, what I'm more so concerned about is things like autofill, like, you know, autofill public displaying fucking like my address, like full name or something like that. It's not that like I'm not going to be able to keep like this shit private to myself forever and a day. I'm not delusional, but I would like to have some personal privacy for like, you know, as long as I can kind of get away with it, so to speak, because, you know, it's the internet. It'll happen eventually. I just don't want to fucking incite anything. This is basically nearly the same size. This is slightly smaller. It's fucking close though, as far as like fitting in her hand. Must be like 470 or something. Yeah, I want the whole thing selected. There we go. 70. Try that. That might be the same size. It might be too big though to fit. I can always move a hand over though. That also works. This is why I wanted to work with the big one, because if it didn't fit in this, I only had a little bit of room that I could work with, you know? One of the biggest streamers I watched, Dark Viper AU, he said he intentionally uses a separate device for anything not stream related so he never makes that mistake. Yeah, see, I will probably do that one day in the future, because like I intend to keep streaming as a career, right? And the thing is, like, my videos on YouTube, like, okay, the way things should work, this is how I see it.